Parshat Beshalach. God did not lead them by way of the land of the Philistines because it was near to Egypt, that means. It's very difficult to change things we don't like about ourselves. We're all creatures of habit. And one of the hardest aspects of modifying negative behavior is breaking the patterns we weave for ourselves. How long do our New Year's resolutions last? A day? A week? Not through lack of resolution, but because resolution is no match for habit. Resolution is not the solution. To succeed, we must do something much more fundamental. When God took the Jewish people out of Egypt, He didn't take them by the easiest and the most direct route from Egypt to Eretz Israel, which would have been the northeast along the coast of the Mediterranean through what is today Gaza. Rather, He took them on a long, difficult, and tortuous path across a sea and through a major desert. Why? As the saying goes, easy come, easy go. When the Jewish people left Egypt, they not entirely freed themselves from the clutches of the negative drive, the Yetzer Hara. If God had brought them the easy way, they would have been in danger of being lured back to the constricting but very comfortable life of slavery in the flesh pots of Egypt. God, as it were, burned their bridges. He made it well nigh impossible to return to Egypt, which was just as well. Because when the going got rough in the wilderness, the Jewish people were more than willing to return to Egypt. Had that been an easy option, the history of the Jewish people might have been very different. Ostensibly then, when trying to escape the clutches of our negative drive, we should burn our bridges. If we want to separate from bad company, we must prepare to leave and move to a different neighborhood. If we have a serious weight problem, we must put a lock on the fridge and entrust the key to our spouse, unless she's trying to lose weight as well. In Parshat Va'era, however, the Torah presents a contradiction to this logic. When Moshe tells Pharaoh that the Jewish people are leaving, he talks of only a 3-day journey. Moshe knew full well that once they were out, they weren't coming back. So why did he tell Pharaoh it was only for 3 days? Part of Moshe's intent was to appease the latent negative drive still lingering in the hearts of the Jewish people. Leaving for 3 days is a far less daunting prospect than leaving forever. The Jewish people thus felt that they had a get-out clause if they needed it, and were prepared to go along with Moshe for 3 days at least. The Exodus was therefore effected through both a bribe to the negative drive, the lure of a 3-day round-trip ticket on the one hand, and on the other, an iron-fisted, scorched earth policy of no return. When we wish to leave our own personal Egypts, our personal prisons, that the negative drive constructs for us. By the way, Mitzrayim comes from the root tsar, which means constricted or trapped. Which is the correct course to follow? The answer is we need both. For someone who smokes 40 cigarettes a day, the idea of going cold turkey is pretty horrendous. But tell him that after 2 weeks he's not happy, he can go back to smoking like a chimney, and you'll see a different picture. Seduction and bribery are our opening offensive against the negative drive. And afterwards we have to follow up by burning our bridges. It was the lure of a round-trip ticket that got the Jewish people as far as the edge of the water. But it was Nachshon ben Aminadav jumping headlong into the sea and showing that there was no way back that made the waters divide.